Hey guys, AZ here. So about 2 months ago, maybe longer, I did a inspection with a radon test in Monroe, and so not uncommon to do that. It's like half of the inspections used to get radon testing, but this one was interesting. So this house had passive radon mitigation system in it, and so I thought, well, probably be okay or close. And so I did the test, and it came back at like 35.3, which is like 7 times too high. So the guy had a mitigation system installed, and then he called me, I don't know, a month later and said, hey, I want you to retest, because he didn't trust the tester's thing. So I retested it. It came back at 7.3. And so he's like, well, what do I do? I said, well, call the mitigator and tell him to put a bigger fan in, because that's probably what the issue is. So he did that. He put a bigger fan in, and he called me again, and he said, I want you to test it again. I said, okay. So I tested it again and came in at 7.1. And so he's like, well, what do I do? He already put a bigger fan in. I said, call him back. I said, he's drawing the air out of the sump crack. It's possible the drain tile's plugged. It's the only thing that it could possibly be. And so I said, call him back. He'll have to put a bigger fan in or do a sub-slab depressurization system instead. So he called the mitigator back, and about a month later he calls me and he goes, I want you to come and retest, but I want you to use 2 radon monitors instead of just 1, because I want this test to be accurate. I said, okay. So I brought 2 monitors in. So I run 3 radon monitors. And I used each one on those tests. And each one was high. And so you can't really blame the monitor. So I went back, retested with the 2 monitors. They came back exactly the same number, and it was down to like 3.6. And so he got it down, but after all that, so the moral of the story is, if you're buying a house with a radon mitigation system installed, it's probably a good idea if you have it tested anyway, and you should really test your house every 2 years. That's all I got for now. I'll check in again soon.